Well, as you can see, we tore it up again. I had all this rewrapped, and she was crispy when we got back out there for the second race, and it got tore up. But like I said, that's short track racing. Whenever you're racing those tight little tracks like that, there's going to be a little bit of give and take, or a lot of give and take. And we used her up a little bit this weekend. So before I get to my changes real quick, I want to kind of tell you how the weekend went. We unloaded. We were pretty good when we unloaded. We made a couple of adjustments to get, help the car turn a little bit. We got through practice. We were really quick in our heat races. We made both A mains. There was only one main event for the Open Pro, but we made the A main in the 2-3. As we were running along, I had a fuel pickup issue in my fuel tank. The fuel line that I put in actually kind of curves, and I didn't notice that it doesn't sit down in the corner. It kind of curves up, and it started picking up some air. It quit picking up fuel, so we picked up a really nasty miss. And when it happened, I got kind of stuck up on the high side, and up there in that loose dirt, it was super slick. It was like ice. It was like oil on ice. And I got up against the fence, and it turned me in. The way the nose is, we kind of dug in, and it came to an immediate stop. And I'd seen a couple other cars in that same situation. They had actually got up, and they had the exposed right front tire, and they kind of climbed the wall, and one of them rolled over. So I'm kind of glad that the nose, the way it's designed, it kept us from rolling over. Yeah, it was kind of an abusive stop, but I would rather stop like that than tipping it over and possibly doing more damage to the cart, or maybe myself. So the nose worked. The nose did its job. It took one heck of an impact, and the only problem is that the 3/16 plastic plate that I have underneath there that you guys saw in the first video, it did break it. It broke it straight across. It took a lot of the brunt of the force of the impact, but the nose held up really well. Yeah, I've got to rewrap it again, but that's nothing. There is a little bit of damage to the quarter panel and on the side, and that side got knocked loose, and there's some damage to that side, but nothing that we can't fix. I'm really happy though that the impact didn't hurt the spindle, the wheel, the frame. Everything is good in there. So the design of the nose, actually, it held up phenomenally. I'm really impressed with it. Here you can see the big crack across the front. This 3/16 plate took the brunt of the impact when we wrecked. Other than this plate being broken, I can replace that pretty easily. The nose held up phenomenally. There are no major cracks. There's no cracks at all, actually, in the nose. There's no stress marks. There's no stretching. It'll clean up. Just got to peel this ugly old wrap film off there and put some fresh stuff on there. The left rear quarter took one heck of a hit. I had a guy climb up over me and tuck this quarter way up in by the tire. You could see where the tire had actually radiused this out from dragging on the tire. I tore up Tyler. Sorry about your sticker. I'm going to need to get some more of those. But we got that pushed back out, and we were able to finish the race. This busted off in the final main. But honestly, this plastic held up really, really well. It's taken a heck of a beating, and I can straighten that back out. I'm going to trim this corner off here, and I think we'll be good to go. So as far as changes go, what we had done was I'd moved the seat forward about an inch. It was all the further I could get it forward and still be comfortable. By getting that seat forward, we did help the nose weight, took a little bit of weight off the rear axle. It did help it cut just a little bit, but it wasn't enough, so I ended up having to go back to my air pressures where we were before. Now, I never did change those shims back because I wanted the lower cross. It did work better at the end of the first race. So without changing those shims back, I knew we were going to be closer. With the seat being forward a little bit, I thought would help. We did end up going back to our air pressures. I tried to air down the right side tires a little bit. I was told that dropping those down to 3 or 4 psi would help the grip in that tire, which I think it did help. When I got through the center of the corner, I felt like I was able to jam through the center a little bit better. But up off of 2, there was a spot where the cart would bottom out, and it was like I just hit the brakes. And with the air pressures being down that soft, the tire distorting a little bit more, the cart bottomed out really bad. I'm as high as I can get. I'm in the bottom holes basically everywhere, so I can't raise the cart anymore to compensate for that. So the only thing I could do was air the tires back up. The problem with the cart is that I've got 3/4 of an inch of stagger, and I don't have any way to adjust that. I'm stuck on that 3/4 of an inch. The other day, I just bought a whole bunch of tires, but I didn't have them when I was racing. So now with having other tires and other wheels, I can go to a narrow wheel and make that tire larger diameter, which basically raises the cart up so I can run the softer air pressure and be okay with it. The adjustments that we made, going back to where we were at the first race, definitely helped with keeping that left front air pressure up. It de-wedged the cart, and the cart was really, really good. Now with having the tire options, I know that we can find more speed. I got my Track Tack shirt on. Huge thank you to Chris over at Track Tack. Huge thank you to Tyler, Overnight Wraps. We've had one heck of a great cart, and I attribute a lot of that to Track Tack hooking me up with the correct preps. This week we did get the kryptonite prep. I put 3 ounces in all 4 tires. I rolled them for a couple of days. That stuff, actually, when I first put it in, 3 ounces, I thought, man, this is going to take a while to roll in and get absorbed into the tire. I checked it a few hours later, and I think it was all absorbed. It's amazing how quick that stuff absorbs into the tire from the inside. But no, we did have the inside prep. I did use the BTGP on the outside. I put 2 layers on it throughout the week, and man, I think our tires were on point. The cart ran really, really good. I do think that I need a little bit more exit drive, and I think I need a little bit more center entry cut. But other than that, we're getting there. So I'm really excited to see how we perform with our new tires and wheels, and yeah, just get more experience. Great GoPro footage. I hope you guys enjoy it. Do have some fixing to do on the cart, but next time out, it'll be mint again. Enjoy the videos.